This video is brought to you by Skillshare.
After we spent an awesome night here at Isla de Cabrera, now we're gonna go to Porto Colón. Everything seems to be very far here in Mallorca because Palma de Mallorca, the island, is so much bigger than Ibiza and the other islands, so it takes a long time to get to one place to the other. So we're gonna be navigating for about 20 nautical miles, and it's gonna take us between 4.5 and 5 hours to get there. But the day is beautiful, we have some wind, and we're gonna be going with our sails up. We're just gonna turn the corner here and point to Porto Colón. Right, code 0 is up, and it's great whenever you have the right setup of sails in your boat. So we have the Gennaker and we have the code 0. Today the angle of the wind for the entire time to Porto Colón is going to be around 50 to 60 degrees. So wind is coming from that direction more or less. So the code 0 is the sail for us to sail today. Have a look over there. We have 8 knots of wind, and we're sailing between 5 and 6. It's a great setup because there's not a whole lot of waves here, and the wind is perfect for the code 0. So I don't know if you guys remember, I mentioned that we're gonna take between 4.5 5 hours to get there. Now we're gonna get there more or less in 3 or 3 hours and a half. So we're just gonna enjoy the day. Good morning.
The next morning we woke up and Patricia decided to cook us an American breakfast, like the ones we used to have at home in the United States. A nice omelette with toast and some fresh juice.
Yeah, I'll have some omelette.
We are so amazed by the beauty we see here in Mallorca every day.
Show us where we are. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder.
The watercolor is something out of this world. Just a simple breakfast turns into an event to us as we take our time to enjoy and contemplate how lucky we are to be able to experience all of this aboard Joy. We enjoyed this anchorage so much that we decided to stay put for a few days.
Ooh, it makes me wonder.
And today, we woke up engulfed by a deep and dense fog that in only 30 minutes totally dissipated. Hey, let's go for a walk at the beach?
Não, vamos embora, né? Já tá 2 dias aqui, já tá na hora de ir pra próxima, porque senão o tempo vira, a gente não vai conseguir ir lá.
Come on, that's not the same person I met a year ago that did not want to sail much. What is happening to you?
Não, quero conhecer coisas novas, ué. Bora. Probleminhas na âncora de novo. Não quer subir. Ela chega nesse tanto aqui, mais ou menos 1 metro pra terminar de subir, e ela sobe inteira. A gente vai parar o barco aqui e vai tentar subir ela no manual. Problema solucionado pelo Duda mais uma vez.
So we had a little issue here with the chain. What happens is the chain started to pile up all the way up and the chain wouldn't be able to go down. So it kind of makes it impossible to bring the anchor up. Problem solved, and we're on the way. So we just had to open here to unpile the chain, but this is very, very hard. So it takes a little effort to see where things are, but all good now. Tá indo reto aí, né, Cris?
Aparentemente está.
And now we can finally say goodbye to this lovely anchorage.
Tá rápido, hein? Dá pra ver vários desenhos na rocha.
Alright, I'm going to interrupt this video real quick to thank our today's sponsor. We have been personally using Skillshare for the past year and has been a great tool for me and Patricia to self-education on topics we simply want to learn more about it, from anywhere, any devices, as we travel around the world on Joy. Now, whether you're just curious, want to supercharge your creativity, or like us, just want to continue to learn new skills along the way, it has been the perfect website for us. We have chosen the premium membership that gives us access to all the classes available. You just select what you want to learn more about it and boom, there you are.
I wanted to learn more about how to set up my camera to take the best shots possible around here, so I selected Fundamentals of DSLR Photography by Justin Bridges. It really helped me to get the most out of our videos and pictures. Patricia also took this class and loved it, as Skillshare have now the entire catalog with subtitles in Spanish, French, German, and of course, Portuguese.
So, because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, the first 1,000 people that click on the link that I'm gonna leave on the description of this video will get a free month to explore Skillshare. Now, all you have to do is click on the link and get your free month. We really hope you enjoy it as much as we do it. Howdy! This was a very good sail, just with our Jennifer up, no mainsail, easy sail here to the northern tip of Mallorca. We're gonna spend the night here and then explore the beaches and the calas that they have here up north in Mallorca. And then wait for next week because again, it's gonna come another big blow. We're gonna see what we're gonna do, if we're gonna go to the marina or if we're gonna find a cala that will allow us to stay there with winds up to 40 knots. But all good, we're really having a good time. We're really enjoying cruising here this island. Whenever we started down there, we didn't think we were gonna stay long, but as we started to go up, you know, it was like one place more beautiful than the other, and we decided to stay and visit more of Mallorca. So for the next week, we're still here, and in a few minutes, we're gonna be arriving to our next anchorage.
Here we were very fortunate to spend the night by another Lagoon 46 called Aurora, we had the pleasure to meet Ben and Angelina from Germany, and that was just great. The next morning, Ben invited me to teach me how to e-foil. So there I was for my first class very early in the morning. And not before long we had to say goodbye to them, as they had plans to cross to Sardinia in Italy. And now it's our turn to move forward again.
And it's great that this island surprises us every day that we spend here in Mallorca. The rock formations that we see here, we hadn't seen anywhere else. The mountains are pretty high near the anchorages, and you have a lot of green around. So we're really enjoying getting to see this side of Mallorca. We were not planning actually to come here. We were going to go straight to Mallorca, as I had mentioned before, but I'm very glad that we stopped here. Calas like this really making it all worth. So we're going to continue down this coast all the way to Port Soler, which is a famous port here in Mallorca, and wait for that strong wind to arrive. We may go to the marina for 1 day or 2 days, but it will be good also to be in the marina for a night, so we can wash clothes, we can fill up with water, wash the boat and everything else. So we're excited about the next few days. It's gonna be good, it's gonna be beautiful, and we're very glad that we're spending more time here in Mallorca.
So calm whenever we arrived in Soler. Even though the anchorage was very full, we took our time to find a spot on sand because we knew this anchorage was very notorious for bad anchor holding. Patricia, as usual, fed the fish and also the ducks that came to say hello. And we watched the sunset through the narrow entrance of the port of Soler.
And tonight we're supposed to have a lot of wind coming our way here, so we decided to get a slot here in the marina in Porto de Soler in Mallorca. 2 nights ago, I had that issue with that other catamaran that decided to simply throw anchor at wherever they pleased in front of other boats, really creating a lot of problems in terms of dragging anchor and so on.
But that and much more we'll show you on our next video.